Hello everybody and welcome to Highrise Mogul. Now this is a game created by one guy, Olly Arkko, who is self-publishing and making this whole thing by himself, bless him. So really good for just one person making it, and I've had a blast playtesting, so I just wanted to jump in and show you a few things about the game. So let's jump in. Obviously we're making skyscrapers in case you hadn't gotten that already. And it says that if you're starting as a new player, it's best to start with recommended settings. So the only thing I am going to change is the wall color. If you do have trouble with something like fires, for example, I am going to try and build in such a way that fires are not a problem or are contained. But if you want to not have fires and just go through it and build something really nice, then you can do that, because sometimes building something nice versus not having fires, I will show you as we get in, but they don't go together all the time. Okay, so I'm going to start a new game. So one thing I'm going to try and do about the fires is break up the building a little bit so that we've got fire breaks effectively, and not put in any more electrical cabling than we have to. Right, so welcome to Highrise Mogul. In Highrise Mogul, your task is to design, build and manage your very own high-rise. If you're a new player, continue the tutorial with the OK button. For more detailed information, visit the help menu via the pause screen or main menu. That doesn't seem to be there yet. This is still a pre-release build, and it's not going to be fully out for another couple of weeks. It's the 2nd of December that you're going to be able to get your hands on this one. So there will still be a few bugs. The only one I've really found so far is there's a little bug where sometimes I have to, sometimes the shadows, the ghosts of the things that I'm about to place get a bit stuck. And you just have to do a quick reload. But other than that, it's perfectly great. Okay, so I'm finding it a very neat and nice interface. And yeah, so we can move around with WASD. You can rotate with Q and E. You can rotate a little bit with the mouse wheel, but it's a little bit jank, you can see. So Q and E is probably the better one to do, although I sometimes try to use mouse even if I'm not supposed to. You can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. You can hold down left shift to slow movement. Oh, you can slow your zooming and things. Okay, that is fine. So we're going to start off by, I think, just putting some ground down, honestly, some outside ground. We've got the time controls up here. You can go a bit faster. You've got the date and time and everything. That's sometimes important for solar panels. Then you've got the build menus, and they are divided into 5 categories. And then you've got to just sort of click on this one to bring it up. That's what we're trying to say there. Rooms can be placed in indoor spaces. Choose a room and place it with a mouse and rotate it with tab. So that's important to know. I'm going to start. All rooms have to be connected to hallways. In placement mode, each room has an enter or exit point represented by blue arrows. These blue arrows have to be pointed to a hallway tile. For more information on doors, elevators and hallways, click on the tabs in the build rooms menu. So doors. Doors are used to provide access to indoor spaces from outdoors. You cannot place, as far as I can tell, interior doors at all, which is why you cannot put fire doors in to your hallways. That would be a useful addition. So you place it in the correct orientation along a wall, and it should be connected to hallways indoors to be useful. Like I say, you can't connect between them. So what I want to do is go to build floors and walls, and I want to go to ground, and I'm just going to start off by getting the whole area covered in grass. 40 by 40 in grass. It costs you 8,000 to do. But that means that you're actually going to be building on something. Otherwise, you end up with these weird foundations and things. Maybe I should have shown you that, but never mind. I find it just easier to have the whole thing covered in a nice ground. So start with that. Place floors by dragging. Right, so floors. Basic floor. This is how we make our starter place, I guess. I'm going to give it a bit of a front garden, so we're going to start a little way back, and we're going to start about 5 tiles from the edge, and I'm just going to make a square for now, or a rectangle. Just probably let's go about that big. Maybe 34 by. Oh, hang on. How many from the edge did we do? Was it 5? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can do a lot to sort of change it about and mess around with it and make it smaller and make it bigger and all that sort of thing. Okay. So this is going to be our sort of main building. It is quite large, actually, I've realised. I maybe don't want it that large. No, we'll go with this for now. I could be causing myself problems down the line, but we're just going to make sure we've got lots of firemen, okay? So this will be our basic floor. And then I will probably put some other buildings around it. Oh, you know what? No, I'm gonna go back on myself now. I'm gonna just make it a little bit more skinny. I'm just gonna take a little bit out of it, I think. Oops. That was supposed to be demolish. There we are. I'm just gonna put some grass in behind it. You see, oh, I can show you that you can see the foundations underneath, you see, if you don't put grass down. It's cool, isn't it? So, there we are. We've got the starts of our first building, and you're like, oh, but all these windows are in funny places. They are indeed. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a couple of doors in. So we've got our revolving doors. They're always nice to the front of a building, I find. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. And then we're going to just sort of put a few nice windows in, I think. There's no like reception desks or anything like that. You're just straight in and doing things in here. So that is fine. I'm going to maybe start off with an elevator in the middle as well. I don't know. Depends on whether we can get that quite in the middle. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So, oh yes, it is double doors. Okay. I'm going to put an elevator in the middle, right in the middle of everything. I think that's the middle. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yes. Why am I not allowed an elevator yet? I'm not allowed one, apparently. Maybe I need to wait till later, but we're going to put it there when we're allowed to do it anyway. The next thing I would like to do is give this place some power. And you can do that in 2 ways. You can either give it a, go to generators, a solar panel or a propane generator, and you can unlock things later down the line that are better and more efficient power generators. So we pop the small solar panel down, I think. And if you hit shift, like I always forget to do, can get plenty of solar panels down. You've also got a circuit breaker cabinet for increasing power grid total capacity. Now, I'm not sure exactly what that's about, but we've got some power grid control and stats. So, total capacity of 0. So I figure we probably do need a circuit breaker cabinet in here somewhere. It's very small. So I figure we can just pop it somewhere, maybe near a toilet or something, I don't know. But to do that, we're going to need hallways. So I think we should start putting some hallways in here. So hallways are indoor bits. Make them with dragging. That's what that says. Okay. So I'm just going to turn it around. And make some hallways here. I need to make a hallway across this revolving door though. Hang on. It's being a little bit tricky. Yeah, we got that sorted. Cool. And another one across this revolving door and out here. And then I'm gonna basically leave mostly space for 2x2s because that's gonna be what you kind of mostly start off with. And we've got some room to the sides for other shapes and sizes. I did slightly overshoot there, so let's just, for now, demolish that little bit there. And we've got 2x2 there, and then 2x2. Yeah, so I could put some small hallways in between. Oh, for some reason we were on demolish there. Oops. It's not beyond demolish. So one there and one there. And we should be able to just fill all that in with small offices. So let's do that. Basic offices. This is what we're going to be mostly going for to start with. So we'll just pop them all down here. And then we are going to need to give them some, so these are going to be basically what makes our money for the tower block. Which is why I've popped quite a few of them in, as you might have noticed. But we're going to need a few bits and pieces other than the office blocks, which is why I've left a little space out to the sides. So we're going to need to give them toilets. And we're also going to need to give them some restaurants. So I would say, why don't we put a little... Yeah, let's extend the hallway out just a little bit out here. And we can make this, and also out this way. And we can put some cafes and things in there for them so they can go and get something to eat. This is going to be our little office block to start with. So we're going to need toilets. We're eventually going to need a staff lounge as well, or two. So we'll make room for those too. So let's go, where was it? Cafe. Pop in a cafe on either side. So let's turn them around. Pop them in. So we've got lots of office space. We've got 2 cafes and we've got some power. But we do also need a conductor room thing. So I'm just going to put that next to the cafe on this side here. If I can find it, wherever it was, under utility. Was it utility? No. Services? No. Was it actually under power? Oh yeah, okay. I'm just going to pop the circuit breaker office there. So total capacity 5 megawatt hours, total production 8. So I feel like we need 2. I have a feeling that this is maybe why I've been having trouble with fires, is that maybe I've not been putting these in when I should have been. So we've been basically going over capacity. So I feel like just a couple of these on the way in will be perfect. Then we need to put some lines in. So see, if your produced power exceeds consumption, you can choose to sell excess power. To reduce power costs, you can build your own generators. These generators only produce power. They do not increase the capacity of your power grid. I'm almost certain that if you go over, it doesn't really explain it, but I'm almost certain if you go over your capacity, if it's drawing more than your capacity from your circuit rooms, that it's a fire risk. But I'm not 100% because, as I say, it doesn't really explain that in the tutorial. It's probably something that will maybe when the help menu is in later, might explain that there. But I think it's important to leave a little bit of room in your first place for things like these capacity things, because I can still put more hallway in and get more of them in there as well. Okay, so the next thing I think I want to do is put some power lines in. So what you do need to do with these guys is you do need to connect them together. Otherwise, you don't get any power coming through at all. Then, I'm going to need to take it through the circuit breaker cabinets, I'm imagining anyway. And then you can start taking it through to your areas. Now, I'm not going to put any more cabling in than I need. So I'm just going to run some cabling through each line of my offices. On the cafe there. No. Okay. And then we'll slowly expand that out as we need it for things. And I'll just expand that one out into the cafe. So that should be everything powered up. Hopefully in a safe manner. But we shall see. So we've got a capacity of 10. We're consuming 6. And we're going to sell an extra 4 or so. And so as we grow, we're going to need to put more of these cabinets in. Right, so I'm hoping that this is a bit safer than some of my previous builds. Oh, okay. So the next thing we're going to need is for people to be able to get into our building. Now to do that, we need some transport. So let's go to, I believe it's the outdoor space, build outdoors. And we need to go to transport. In fact, before I do that, I'm just going to go back to floors. I'm just going to, just to make it look nice, put a nice concrete path in here. It might not let me do it on top of the revolving doors, but that's fine. That's fine. And then I'm going to put my transport, which is the only thing you've got at the moment is a taxi drop-off. So I'm going to put 2 taxi drop-offs by each of the, one by each of the doors. And then hopefully, because we spent like 50 grand there now, hopefully they should come in and be quite happy with this. The only thing I don't have is a staff lounge and toilets. We do need to hire a janitor. And then engineer, I think. Engineer is going to probably be for fixing broken rooms. Yeah, we need one of those. And it'd probably be good to have at least one firefighter around. Now, these guys are going to want stuff. They're going to want their staff lounge. So that's what I'm going to give them next. You can find it. Rooms. Services. Utility, is it? Utility? Staff lounge, here we are. I need to give them a staff lounge or they're going to be very unhappy. Unfortunately, that doesn't leave much room for a toilet. So I'm going to just turn it around and put a hallway down there so we can put some toilets down here too. I feel like that would be useful. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go hallways. I'm going to put just a little hallway down behind the cafeteria. And I'm going to use that to put in a staff lounge. Right there. And then I'm also going to use that to sort of make my first toilet block as well. So toilets, they don't look like they have a door on them. So I like to sort of put them out of the way and give them a nice little, if I can find them, toilet. See, they look like that. So, you know, if you look at them, you can see there's no door there. Well, you see it more when I place it, but it's not very nice. So what I like to do is give people a bit of privacy by putting the toilet somewhere a little bit out of the way. So maybe along the front of the building there, I may remove the windows there as well. Just so let's pop some hallway there to make a toilet block. No! Grrr! Wasn't what I was trying to do. Get. So remove that one, I would say. I'm trying to make this like sort of not be like all be a bit more private for people, but I never seem to manage it. Alright, so anyway, utility toilets. You see what I mean? I want it to be kind of like that. Okay, and I need to just very quickly go back into utility and make sure that each one of them has power. Otherwise, they're gonna be in the dark. Just pop a power line through there and pop a power line through there. I'm going to try it. Well, eventually I'll probably do the same on the other side as well. So transport is required for people to access your high-rise and its lot. Transport items can only be placed at the edges of the lot on the ground floor. Each transport item can increase the number of people that can visit your high-rise. But for that, we need to research more, because we've already put down those taxi things. We need to research more stuff. Oh, one of the toilets somehow doesn't have power. Typical. There we go. So now they have toilets. They have server rooms. Like I say, if I put a toilet there, then it's going to go straight through to the entrance. And I don't really want toilets just right by my entrance there. So I'm going to just leave those as empty gaps. And what I could do there is put more server rooms into the side of that. But I really don't want it to be a hallway. I could even put a server room in behind there, behind there, behind there. I could fill the gaps in with server rooms. Not server rooms, circuit breaker cabinets. Okay, so that's quite good. People are going and they're using the loos. Apparently 2 at a time, even though I've given them loads of loos. Oh well, they all want to use the same loo. Yay, I imagine that's a slight bug. Just give them 1 loo, they'll all sit on it. Who cares? Right, okay, so they're starting to come in, and most of these seem to be tenanted now, which is fantastic. So if I look at my money, I've actually got an income now, a positive income of 66, which is great. So we're starting to make some money rather than just spending it all the time. And obviously, you can sort of give yourself less money and make it more of a survival challenge in a way. I also want to fix these windows. So one thing you can do is swap walls. You can put basic windows in. So I could put windows all the way along, or I could still leave gaps. So I could like swap that window with a wall, for example. And then I could put more windows in along here. In theory. And just to make it look a little bit more symmetrical. And you can do the same here. You can just, so you can put windows in wherever you want to put windows in. If you hold shift, like I forget to all the time, it will just keep it on that window screen. So what I may do is just to the side of the double doors. Oh, rats. Now we've got 4 there. Right. Might just put everything in as a window. So everyone can see everyone on the toilet. Yay! Maybe we should not have that. Maybe we should have a different type of window for that. So maybe we could have bubble windows for by the toilets. I don't know. Slightly more private. We can pretend that's a frosted window or something. Okay, so there we go. We've got our purple tower block with bubble windows. We've got all this space along here where we could put more offices if we wanted to, all the way along. But what I'm probably going to want to do along there at some point is put a door going out at some stage, and probably on both sides actually. Probably just a normal door. Let's go into our doors, and then we can basically make sort of secondary buildings coming out here, just to support like a sort of a U-shaped structure, and then maybe put a nice garden in the middle or something like that. So I like to tend to leave a gap of at least 2 or 3 between each one, so that the doors will actually fit, and we could have like something like that. And what was it, 7 by 15, and then 1, 2, 3, 7 by 15. That was 16 maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then out there we can have like maybe a nice garden area. We've got all sorts of things that we can make a nice garden out of. We've got decoration, we've got like a fountain. We could have like in the middle there, for example. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's the middle there. Oops. Ah. 1, 2, 3. That's the middle. We could put all sorts of nice things by the fountain. We could put trees everywhere. We could put a double fountain in there, actually. 3,000 for that though, so you've got to be a bit careful with the money because I am spending like crazy, but it's, you know what I mean. We could put ferns, cactuses, and eventually you can get more stuff as well. So you could put miniature spruces in. I could put them sort of either side here, just on the way in. We've got some nice spruce trees. Ones with snow on if you want to go snowy with it, which I probably don't. So we can make the whole like space really, really pretty. You've got hedges, you've got palm trees. You can put palm trees everywhere if you want. So like I could have them. I don't know. I'm gonna pave that, I think, and make it a little bit more formal. So I'll hold off on putting the trees down. The maple trees as well. You can put them wherever, like in the corners if you wanted to, of your lot. But for now, I'm just gonna leave the decoration. Just wanted to show you what there is. Drink is going very cold. I've got a warm Vimto. It's a very strange drink, I know, but it's good and it's not caffeinated, which sometimes I drink too many caffeinated things. So we're making some alright money there, 80 now. So as we get more and more people, we'll be able to do more stuff. Oh, you know what I forgot to do was my elevator. So let's get the elevator in this little section that I left back here, I would say. So far nothing's gone on fire, so I'm figuring I've probably done a good job. I also do need to put in some bins. I might want to get another janitor quickly as well. I can see a little bit of rubbish coming up along here. So there's some decorations here, build details. And under that you've got some trash cans that you can pop in. These areas to the side might be a good place to put a trash can, actually. People can put their rubbish away if they need to. Details of small items that can be placed either outdoors or in hallway indoors. To rotate, use tab. Some offer a bonus when a person walks past it. For more information, see the tooltips. So at the moment, I don't have many things. Just a plant. And if you put plants around the place, apparently people are a little bit happier. But it does kind of take up some space in the hallway and it is a bit ugh. So, you know. We'll see about that. We'll see about your happiness. So at the moment their happiness is kind of okay because all they need is food and the toilet. But I do want to start... I want to put some storage lockers in here for people just to rent out, make me a bit of money. And then I want to go upstairs and do some apartments. So this is what we're going to do. So I do need my elevator, wherever it is. I want to try and get that in the middle as much as I can. So line it up with the windows, I would say. It's probably about there. So we've got a nice elevator there. And then what I may need to do is leave a little bit of a gap to either side. So I'm actually going to put a hallway into either side of it there. Just so the elevator has its own little bit of room there. And then we're allowed to then go up a floor. So we go from 0 to 1. You can see where the elevator is, and you can put another elevator in, hopefully. But I'm not allowed to right now because I need to put some floors on. So let's go back to the floor menu. And I'm just going to make it exactly the same size and shape as previous. We may need to mess around with the windows a little bit just to get them in line. And so the elevator, there is no stairs, so if there's a fire, they're all going to die, but it's fine. Gonna make sure there is no problem with that. So elevator, are we allowed you yet? I may need power up to the floor first. We'll have to see. I think I might need to put... Doesn't want to go in. Okay, so we're going to try and maybe get the power to come up here. It might be a problem with power. Although I didn't need to do it before when I put an elevator in before and it was fine. So I'm not sure. Also, I'm not 100% certain that there's actually even power to that other elevator. No, there isn't. So, is that maybe why? Do you need power? Because unless we can get this to work, then... And it's a no-go, isn't it, really? Why do you not want to go there? Got an elevator below you. Okay, let's see if we can bring the power up. It might be a power pole thing. So it creates power line connections between floors. So I would say that let's have that running up by the elevator. Okay, it needs the hallway to be demolished. Hang on. So demolish that tiny bit of hallway there. And I'm going to put the power pole behind it, and that will run the power up to the first floor. Oh, I'll tell you what it is. I'm a muppet. There's no hallway there. Everything has to connect to a hallway. I am a silly she-lab. If it's fine now. So I'm not sure how the power pole works. Like, I don't know if it just... You need a second power pole. Let's do what we did there with the hallway. It's a little bit janky, that one. And then go back to utilities, go back to power pole, put one in there. I imagine that's what you need to do to get the power up to here. So now we've got power up to here. We're still using 6.6. But I've got more room for... I might just go ahead and put in another box down here. But I probably should leave room for one upstairs as well. Because these are handling down here fine. Under this one, capacity circuit breaker count. So now we've got 15 megawatt hours. Nothing has gone on fire yet, so I'm figuring that was why my last building went on fire. I was not managing the power properly. I was doing a terrible job. So now we are upstairs. I've got hallways off the elevator, so I would say that what I probably want here is a nice hallway going all the way through the middle. And we can start putting some apartments in. And now people that live in apartments are a little bit more... Oh, R&D. We've not done any R&D. Let's make an R&D closet. I think I know what we're going to have along the back wall now. R&D stuff. I might just extend that out a bit. Extend that out a bit. So this part of the thing is going to be for apartments. So you can put a studio apartment in here. And probably fit a few of them in. Get 4 on each side. And we're going to also give them some nice things to make them feel at home in their new home. So it is basically, just to show you, it's basically storage apartments. I can put a small dormitory in, that gives you 1,000 rent a month. This studio apartments give you 750. It takes double the space though, so I feel like the studio apartments are probably better for your space. Oh, Oh no, we're not quite equal. Eek. How? Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Gonna have to demolish all of these. It's 4,000 down the drain because Sheilab is dumb. Didn't leave a gap. And that gap can be used for maybe a circuit cabinet. That might be quite a useful use for it. I would say. We want them all over the place. I just want one bit of hallway there. Yes, done it. Okay, so I'm gonna put in. I am gonna put in another utility cabinet up there. Can never have enough of those. Okay, I feel like we need some more power lines as well because it looks like there's a lot of things that do not have power lines going through them. I don't feel like this power pole is working very well. Okay, as soon as it went through the breaker cabinet, it was fine. That's interesting. You may need a breaker cabinet to get anything done. So we are going to head back down. Well, actually, I'm going to make the things that we need for the people that live in the studio apartments in just a second. I'm going to go head downstairs. I'm going to put some R&D cabinets in. We need to keep an eye on the utilities, though. If I can find where they are in the menu, that would be great. R&D closets. They're a bit of a funny shape, these ones, but I'm going to put a few of them in anyway. Because the more we have, the quicker we do research. Yes. I think I need more rental income because we're really coming in the black right now. Mostly because I spent 21,000 on construction. So that's kind of okay, but we are a little bit... Yeah, we're back in the green now. That's fine. I'm quite happy as long as the building keeps itself and I'm just spending the starter money. That's fine. Oh, don't do that. No. Eek. Bleh. No, I don't need more power lines than that, okay? Just stop it. I'm just trying to make sure we have no fires, that's all. So obviously we're spending a bit of the monthly income now on R&D, which means that this is ticking up. Which means I'm going to start to unlock things. So in a bit of time, we'll be able to unlock a bus stop, which will allow a lot more people to come to the high-rise, for example. Deluxe offices. Luxury studio apartments I can probably charge more rent for. Grocery stores, things like that. So I'm going to just come out of here now and go upstairs and see what the people in my apartments are thinking of the place. See, they need food. So they need restaurants and cafes and things like that up here. They can go downstairs for that, though. They have toilets in each of their apartments, so I shouldn't need to put general toilets in here. They should be able to just go in their apartments. But I'll put a cafe in. I will put a gym in. I will put something to entertain them in and a shop. Because those are all needed for them. So let's have a look. So I might have to get a bit creative with putting these in. So the first thing I think is a gym. So services, gym. Just going to put that to the side there. So that's their gym. They're also going to need a cafe, which is again a slightly different shape. So this is why I say there's going to be a bit of creativity here. Okay. They also need somewhere to shop. So an antique boutique. The bowling alley is 3. Right, okay. So we're going to do the bowling alley there. Alright. We're going to do the antique boutique there. And that way, we've got kind of the same amount of, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 used up. And we should be able to put some more apartments into the side here. That will work perfectly if I put a bit more hallway in. Full. And then what I can do around here is I can put sort of hallway in, and then put some more studio apartments in behind, or I could even save space for more luxury apartments and things like that, because obviously this has taken a lot of room. So we do need to hook them up to the power. We do need to produce more power as well, so I'm just gonna link these up, and then I'm going to go and put some more solar panels downstairs. So what do we need? We're using 14. That's what we need there. I'm just going to demolish these because they look wrong. They look really wrong. Oh no, here we go. Fire, fire, fire. Pause. Where have we got a fire? Because we've got a capacity of 20. We're producing 16, so that should be fine. Right, let's see where the fire is. We do have a firefighter. I would like to have one more. I hate fires in these. They're really bad. Let's go down. Oh, yes, I remember. We were trying to find whether there was a fire in my building, weren't we? My goodness. Okay. Very annoying. So there's apparently a fire somewhere. But I am not seeing it, so I'm just going to play. It spreads really fast as well. And let's see if the firefighters make it up here quickly. We should have firefighters on staff. I have 2 of them. They are coming up here. And I'm going to put the fire out. Hopefully. Before it spreads too far. I don't know where the second firefighter is, but it is spreading quite fast. I am going to hire another one. Hopefully this guy can keep it contained. Hopefully his friends come soon, because this is not good. Come on, other firefighters. We need you. It's an emergency. It's getting really bad now. See how quickly fire spreads in this. The other one's off on a tea break or something. Gee, like what? This is one thing I do not like, and it's one reason why. So one thing that you can do. It's a bit mean, but this is what I'm going to do for now. And I'm gonna take the hallway away. What that will do is make a fire break, so I don't lose everything. It does also trap my people inside, but you know that doesn't seem to be a thing in this game, so it shouldn't spread. And we'll see if the firefighter that's in there can do their job. And if they do, they get to live. If they don't, they don't. Ah, it looks like it does go beyond my fire break though as well. So that doesn't work. I see, I'm just trying to, I have been trying recently to make ways of dealing with the fires because they are a little bit difficult. Let's just hire like 1 million firefighters and see if they can do it. Should have done that earlier on, probably. So what will happen there? I don't know if it goes down a floor. Oh, it does. So what will happen there is my entire thing will just go up in flames. So that was just from, I think, one apartment upstairs having like a toaster fire or something. And me not having enough firefighters to deal with it. So basically that is my entire place on fire. So it's probably a good place to end this one. Typical, I get a phone call just as the whole place goes on fire. So what you'll need to do if you have this happen to you, it will burn out the whole place and you'll need to replace everything. It was very interesting to me to see whether fires spread from one floor to another. And it's actually also very interesting to show you guys that mechanic. If you don't want to play with fires, I did have firefighters. I had them on staff. I had 2 or 3 on staff. That wasn't enough. So what you may need to do is get quite a few firefighters on your staff. I'm not 100% sure whether maybe I needed extra engineers or something. It did seem to start in apartments. So like I say, someone probably just burned the toaster or something. It looks to me like, though, it doesn't affect these buildings over here. So that's why I was saying if you make buildings with a bit of a fire break in them, it can be very, very useful to you to have it all split up because you would get a fire just in the one building. And what we've got here is basically we're going to have to start again. Oh, so like I say, if you do find that a bit over the top, I'm still trying to work out how to like manage the fires. But if you find that a bit over the top, you can play it without the fires on. Or you can take the challenge and try and play about and see how many firemen you need to keep the building safe. So I think I am going to leave it there, though, with my building burning. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then leave me a like below. If you'd like to see more demos, then please subscribe. I'll let you know when the videos are out. I hope to see you next time. In the meantime, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.